Welcome everybody to today's joint webinar of DAAD Information Center Taipei and Kempten University of Applied Sciences. Good evening to our Taiwanese participants, and of course also good morning to our German hosts who are going to introduce us to our webinar today. Today's webinar will be held by Professor Desjardins, who is going to introduce us to the MBA programs of University of Applied Sciences Kempten. Hello, nice to have you here.
Welcome to the presentation about our MBA program. So I'm happy that I can introduce you to the key facts and also answer some questions afterwards if you have some. I'm going to present the MBA International Business Management and Leadership program, which we are offering since almost 20 years at the University of Applied Science in Kempten. Before I'm going to introduce the details of the program, I would like to do the touristic part, means showing you where you would study, which kind of environment, because besides the facts, the specifics of the program, the quality, I think it's very important to know where you would live for 1 to 1.5 years, which kind of environment you're going to be in. So let's have a look. Actually, Kempten is in the heart of Europe. So you see the little dot. So we are in the very south of Germany, one of the most southern cities in Germany. We are right on the border to Switzerland and Austria, not very far away from Italy. The whole of Europe is very easy accessible from Kempten, as you see on the map. So some specifics, especially if you're, like in your case, you're from Taiwan, you have a very different climate, tropic, subtropic, while we have in Kempten the typical European climate. Maybe for this part of Germany or of Europe in the heart, even maybe slightly colder, as we are actually located next to the high mountains, the German European Alps. So we have 4 seasons. We have summer, fall, winter, spring. Now we are very happy that spring is starting. Everything is getting green again. So this is the climate you need to face, colder winter, snow, but you're aware of climate change. So even here, winters are not as cold as they have been in the past. Still there is snow in the mountains where you can go skiing or do other activities. As you are interested in the German program, I'm sure you have some ideas about what Germany is all about. So you might be aware of the German bread and beer, specific food like Apfelstrudel, like Bratwurst, sausages. We have the famous Christmas markets in winter. Especially the Kempten area is also very famous southern Germany for all its recreational activities. Even though you're going to live in a foreign country, you have the chance to get along based on your English skills. So many people in Germany speak English. It's compulsory in school, so everybody should have a basic understanding. But obviously, if you want to get along more deeply, you want to discuss, want to integrate into the daily life, then acquiring German skills, German language skills is obviously very helpful. But even without, you can get along. And obviously, our program is in English anyway. All our staff are English speaking. So it's possible to learn, study, and live in Kempten only based on English skills. Yeah, already heard that Germany is has a growing popularity for international students. We also see this in our program. So we started with a percentage of 20% of foreign students in our MBA. Now we have an average around 50% international students from all over the world. So we have people from the US, from the Americas in general, from all over Europe, from Asia, from India, China. I don't think we had somebody from Taiwan now, but so that would be very interesting to get to know you and your culture a little bit closer. Yeah, you know that Made in Germany is like a quality seal. This is something which is also is important for the industry, it's important for our products, but it's also important for our education. So this is a general approach we pursue, and that's something we want you to want to share with you and get an introduction, an idea what Made in Germany stands for. So that will be one of the key learning facts from our program as well. Let's look a little bit more at Kempten itself. You're now aware where it's located in Germany and in Europe. It's part of Bavaria, most prominent state in Germany, well known because also of Munich, where Kempten is located in the wider Munich area. You know Munich for its famous Oktoberfest, you know it for the soccer club. So it's one of the nicest, richest, most successful and interesting cities to live in Germany. So Kempten itself is a smaller town, and it's one of the oldest. It claims to be the oldest, founded by the Romans 2000 years ago. We are the capital of the Allgäu region, which is located next to the Alps. And Kempten has, because of its age, a very nice old town, pedestrian zones. Because it's the capital of the region, it has various shopping facilities as well as certain nightlife for such a small mid-sized city. So an advantage of this small city are the very short distances. You can walk everywhere almost. You can use a bike. You have public transport very easily, and it's an extremely safe area. And very, very attractive. So a lot of people from all over Germany are locating, especially to Kempten. So it's growing, and because of its economic environment as well as touristic attractions, is very high in demand internationally as well as in Germany. So you might be even know one of the top tourist attractions. Maybe you have been to Germany or Europe already, then you might, normally that's a typical stopover for tourists from all over the world, which is the famous Neuschwanstein Castle, which is not far away from the university. So this is like the typical area, or how the area looks we are located in. And we have already talked about the famous Oktoberfest. We have like a similar festivity in Kempten as well in summer. And here you have another picture of a typical village. Behind you, the green spots on the mountains are the skiing resorts. And people do a lot of sports in the mountains. In summer they go hiking or biking. A lot of lakes you can swim in. In winter time, obviously, it's for skiing, for downhill skiing as well as cross country. So all options of winter sports are obviously available, and you can even take public transport to the next ski resort. and it's very easy accessible and very near to Kempten. So you can go by car like in 50 minutes and you can go skiing in a very nice skiing resort. So, but now enough for the touristic sites. Now let's have a look at our program, the real reason you would like to relocate to Kempten in Germany. We are one of the, I would like say, outstanding MBA programs in Germany. We are definitely one of the top 10 MBA programs. This is based on our size. So the number of students we have in the program. So at any time we have like between 120 and 140 MBA students in place. And but also based on the fact that we are one of the few MBA programs in Germany who has an international accreditation. And here also we have a special accreditation from the EFMD, the European Accreditation Agency. We have the EPAS accreditation, which is focusing on the MBA program only, compared to EQUIS, which is always about the faculty or the new university, but not specifically about one program. So here the MBA program has been selected as one of the top quality programs in Germany. And this is also based on its general quality, but also on the clear focus on internationalization. So we have, we're teaching English, obviously. We have a number of international lecturers. We have now, as I already shared with you, 50% international students. And the content of the program is also oriented towards international management. And we also have very interesting partner universities all over the world. And you also will take part in an international module. So normally you would go spend 2 weeks in Cape Town, South Africa, but we also have a partner university in Thailand and Bangkok, as well as in Brisbane in Australia. So these are the opportunities you have. You can select from and then have additional international exposure. So also we have kind of a spring school in the program. So you're also going to meet up to 30 students from our Australian and Thai partner universities who are also spending 2 weeks in Kempten every year and are part of the MBA program and the total exchange experience and exposure. What is very special for international students is that if you study in our program, you will study together with German students. Sounds funny, but you need to be aware that German students, if they do an MBA program in Germany, then they do it part-time, so next to their job. If they do it full-time, they normally go, like you are now planning, in another country. So therefore, if you do another international program in another city, another university in Germany, you are always just going to study with international students. So there will be a full class of just international students, but no Germans. From our perspective, this is not the right approach. So if you're going to Germany, you should meet Germans and you should study together with Germans. So this is what we do. So as we have a large part-time program as well, we put you together with our German part-time students. So therefore you have a lot of exposure and a lot of networking and experience sharing opportunities with Germans as well, which is very helpful also for your future career, like getting an internship, maybe getting a job afterwards. And as our program is very flexible, you're also going to meet a lot of different students. So you will meet up to 100 different students during our program, which gives you a lot of network opportunity and which you don't have in any other German students, to any other German university to the same extent if you do an MBA. Another specific of our program, which is also very distinctive in the German MBA market, is our strong focus on leadership. So we are, so my background, and it's a little bit the explanation already, is psychology. So I'm a work and organizational psychologist originally, who is now running this MBA program for more than 15 years. So I have a different look onto leadership and what an MBA is all about. So from my and our perspective in general here in Kempten, you're doing an MBA because you want to become a leader. And if you want to become a leader, then you should grow into this role, and then you need to adapt your personality, and you need to acquire personal skills, and go through a development process, a personal development process, in order to become a real leader. And that's what we are going to help you with. So we have a very psychological approach here. We have used different measurement tools. You need to sit and write development plans. We are supporting your development over the whole time of the MBA program. So at the end, you will recognize that there will be some behavioral changes which are very sustainable and which help you to become successful in your future leadership career. Another advantage of our program is that we have a general management approach, which you also need to have to be accredited. But in addition to this, we offer you specialization areas, which you can select, but you don't need to. So if you say, hey, I'm fine with general management, then this is what you can do. But if you have some, coming from a specific industry of area, functional area, or if you have planning to work in a certain functional area, then we offer you basically 3 additional tracks which you can select from. The track makes then like 20% of the program. So most of the program is still general management. But you could opt and select a track in organizational transformation, which is about change management, working in HR, or consulting, transforming companies. Then we have supply chain management, which is a very important and huge industry. Or logistics is a very important, huge industry in Germany, second most important industry after the automotive industry in Germany. So here are very attractive job opportunities, and we also have one of the largest companies, headquarter logistic companies in Kempten, which we work closely together with. So here are real interesting job and career opportunities in supply chain management logistics. And so you can specialize in this. Then we have sales management, as we are internationally oriented, as Germans are selling their products all over the world, as your country is doing as well. So therefore, you need a lot of sales people who have international skills and competencies, and that's what you learn in the track here. Another great advantage of our program is that we are very flexible. So we start 2 times a year, which is rare for an MBA program in Germany. So you could start in September, that would be the next opportunity, but also in March. And then we mix, and we mix part-time and full-time students. And therefore, we offer the same lecture several times, at least twice a year. Which means you can also switch. So if you, for whatever reason, you cannot attend a seminar, you could then say, okay, I take the next spot, which is like in 3 months, and then adopt your timetable to your needs. And you can also easily switch from full-time to part-time and back. So, for example, if you get a job offer and you still want to finish before you finish your MBA, which is possible in Germany, and then you could just say, hey, I start a full-time job and then I complete my MBA in part-time. So this is possible. So here we are highly flexible. That's also a big competitive advantage compared to other MBA programs in Germany. Yeah, and finally, obviously, we have as we are offering the program for almost 20 years, we have hundreds of alumni with a lot of success stories. We have a very high level of satisfaction and also a very interesting alumni network that you could use. Yeah, here you have just a short look on the typical time structure of our MBA program. So basically the idea is that you study, that would be the timetable for those who have started in March or would start in March. Basically, you will cover all seminars in 1 year. And then you could do the master thesis afterwards. Theoretically, you can also start your master thesis earlier if you have time. Also there's the option that you write your master thesis back home. So if you say, I'm just going here, just want to cover my MBA, and then I want to go back and want to continue my career at home, then it's very easily done. You just spend 1 year or even less than 1 year, like from September to July, and then you can go back home and complete your studies by writing your master thesis at home. So this is another option, another flexible option that we have for you. There's also some specific I want to point out here in our program. Because we integrate full and part-time students, we cover many seminars on the weekends, which is quite particular for a full-time program, but which gives you 2 unique advantages. Because you have time during the week, you can start at the beginning of your program to do some extensive or some intense language courses. We offer language courses at the university. You could also go to a private institute if you want to have more lectures. And so at the first part of your studies, you could do this intensive language learning if you want to do this and if you want to continue your career in Germany. And then in the second part, you can do an internship and still continue your full-time MBA, because then you could spend like at least 4 days a week in a company. So this gives you also a great opportunity to learn more, to get a more intensive experience in Germany. This is that would be your plan if you would start in September. The red quadrants are the tracks. You see here the track would be in the second semester, you would normally start with the seminars in the first semester. Here it includes the international module in Cape Town. But you also have the option to say, hey, I want to postpone this. I just want to get started in Germany, adjust it to my new environment, and then I go abroad next year. So that's also an option that we would discuss with you. Yeah, quality and value. I also shared some of the significant points here. We have various accreditations. We are accredited by the Bavarian state. So Germany is a federal country, so every state like Bavaria has some authority about especially the education system. So we are state accredited. We are a state university, so a public university, not a private one. We are accredited by German accreditation agencies, the FIBA-R, which is specialized on MBA programs. We are now about to acquire a national system accreditation, which also stands for very high quality management system or standards in quality management. We have already done international re-accreditation by the EFMD, the European Foundation of Management Development, and for our EPAS accreditation. We have tremendous positive feedback from our alumni, also especially from the international ones, who are all very successful in advancing their career after the MBA program. So we really help you to do this, to get started in Germany, to find a job or to go back to your home country and continue your career there with more knowledge, capabilities, competencies. Especially also based on the personal development process that we help you with. So we enhance your emotional intelligence in the program. So we have empirical studies who prove this. But this is also based on all this personal experience that our alumni share. Like in the web, or if you contact them in a social media platform, they will be all very open to share their very positive experiences. So, yeah, so this is, if you like, our value proposition. Now we also expect something from you if you want to be part of the program. We need, obviously, you need to have a first degree from an internationally acknowledged university. You need a bachelor with a minimum of 4 years. You should have a degree with distinction, first grade. You need 2 years of business experience, a minimum. So the average age of our students is around 30. So they are more like, yeah, Germans start a little bit later to work, but around 5 years. It's like 5 to 7 years is the average here. The minimum is 2. Obviously, because the program is English, you need profound English skills. And the minimum age of the program is 25. Yeah, I guess you are already aware of the cost. The total cost of the program, the fees are 16,900 euros. If you compare this with the other international accredited top 10 MBA programs in Germany, is basically like the half. One of the reasons for this is that most of the other competitors for top MBA programs are private universities. We are a state university, so we can offer lower price because we are not profit-oriented and very efficient. The downside of the low fee is that we do not offer any scholarships. We are not allowed to. And also we have the approach that everybody should pay a lower fee and not some high and some none. So that's a different approach here. The housing costs in Germany depend very much on the city you live in. Kempten is very reasonable in this respect. If you would go in a big city like especially Munich, which is the most expensive city in Germany, or also Frankfurt, Cologne, Hamburg, all the big cities, Berlin now also catching up, you pay way higher monthly payments for your apartment. So here in Kempten, you can get a nice student apartment for around 300 to 400 euros. In Munich, it would be like double. So the total cost of living in Kempten are around 8,000 euros, which is realistic for a student. Yeah, that's basically the facts. Last thing, deadline. So if you still want to start in September, you would need to apply until the end of May. And then the deadline, application deadline for our start in March is at the end of November. So if you apply and if you want to be part of the program, we will support you in various ways. So in getting the visa, you get all the necessary documents from us, obviously. But if you are here in Kempten, we also help you with the foreign authorities. So we go there together with you for bank visits. We have a career service, also special programs for our international students. We offer like an application seminar. We offer German courses, and we also help you with the accommodation. So like if you apply in advance, and normally we can make sure that you have an apartment before you come to Kempten. Yeah, I'm not now sharing these details here, but if you have a look at the presentation afterwards, as you see, you see we have quite positive feedback with students from all over the world who really have had positive experiences and a very positive impact on their career afterwards. So, and now, yeah, that's now it's up to you to ask some questions. These are the major features and advantages of our program. Just to finish this, we have a very distinctive, very valuable MBA program, especially compared to the other programs in Germany. We are one of the few who has an international accreditation, and we still have a very reasonable fee to offer to our international and national students as well. Yeah, welcome. Or I'm looking forward to answering
thank you very much, Professor Desjardins, for this very interesting insight in your MBA program. I now can understand how you managed to become one of the renowned programs in Germany. I would like to